Here's Bobby in Lafayette. Hey, Bobby, how are you?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good. Welcome, my friend. What's on your mind?
I saw this video, and, I agree with everything you just said. It's like these idiots running the street. They have no mind of their own, trying to fit in with half these rappers. When I saw this video at 11 o'clock at night, laying in the bed with my wife, I woke my wife up. I stood up in the bed. I'm cheering this guy on for beating this young kid down. You know what? The people on the bus are already running scared. And you get these idiots trying to act like some of these rappers, and half these rappers is just a show. But these young idiots running the street, they don't know that. They don't see that. They're trying to fit in or trying to set a name for themselves. I'm glad this little idiot got his butt beat.
I would have just sat there and had to take a tremendous amount of verbal abuse, hoping it didn't become physical abuse, because I wouldn't have wanted to get in a fight on a bus.
Yeah, well,
outnumbered, thinking you're going to get killed.
Yeah, I heard one lady on the video told the kid to leave the old guy alone.
Yeah, that's true.
But then again, I heard a lot of other idiots, talking about, oh, you're going to have a lawsuit, this and that. They're cheering on the
lawsuit.
Kids,
Everybody goes with the lawsuit card right away.
I worked in Oakland right after all those cops got shot, and I was amazed at some of these idiots running around praising the idiot who shot the cops. It's the mentality of the idiots in the streets right now, and people are going to start. I hate to say it, but people are going to start standing up for themselves and shutting these little idiots down.
Well, Bobby, white folk are getting ready to riot.
Clearly, the problem is the idiots.
And that's Bobby. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying as the world's least understood racial activist. If it's a stupid black guy, don't jump onto his team. Don't stand up for stupid just because the guy's black and the other guy's white. It's not going to get you anywhere.
Well, you know what? I don't know how you guys feel about it, but a lot of people are running scared. Look at the shooting that just happened in the church in Richmond the other day.
Oh yeah, God,
and
dang.
I was over in Walnut Creek the other day, and I noticed that they were a bunch of guys at Starbucks. It's the open carry that these guys are starting from the sheriff's department, and a lot of people are going to this because they're scared for their families, their kids. You can't walk down the street no matter where you go now.
Let the good people arm themselves, right?
If you're shooting up a church, what respect do you have for anything?
Yep. All right, Bobby, thanks for the call. Good to talk to you. I'm just saying, the gangsta thing is not a black thing. It's a choice. It's a stupid thing. Ay.
Bunch of idiots.
It helps that this guy was the size of North Dakota.
Yeah, it does give him an upper hand. Our phone number is 1-866-331-TALK, 1-866-331-TALK.
Guy like us tries that. You hit him 3 times, and the guy will say, if you hit me, I'm going to stab you. And I'd say, I hit you 3 times. No, you didn't. You did?
I didn't notice.
No, as hard as I could. I didn't notice.
You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show. The Armstrong and Getty Show. Just watched the video. I hadn't seen it yet. It's at ArmstrongandGettyRadio.com.
Not safe for work. Certainly not the audio.
Main thing I got out of that is I ain't riding public transportation.
No how.
And I know a lot of you grow up in the city, like in the metropolitan city, riding mass transit, and that's the lifestyle. But I didn't grow up that way. I don't want to live that way, and I will never live that way. I'm not going to ride on a bus where that could ever happen.
No.
Not interested. I'll sit in my car by myself, in line with everybody else, crossing the bridge or doing whatever.
I want to see if Eric Holder, who is a punk in my estimation, has the courage to talk about that video. Let's talk about everything that happened there. Racially, young, old. Why did some of the people on the bus say to the young black man, beat Pinky, beat him down, even though he was clearly a young punk who was harassing an oldster?
And the oldster walked away from him.
Why did some of the other ladies on the bus say, no, don't do that. It's not worth it. Leave him alone. The oldster walked away from him until finally he was hit, and then he just beat the guy down. You know, a lot of racial animus on the web reacting to the video.
Yeah,
a lot.
I haven't read the comments on YouTube, I'm sure.
Oh, they're pithy.
Well, they're mean enough under the best of circumstances.
Right.
You put your 7-year-old girl's ballet performance on there, and you'll get harsh, mean comments. So,
but I'm telling you, I just think it's interesting on 100 different levels that we don't have time to address, and so probably shouldn't.
Well, I would like to see the Barack Obama sitting down to have a beer with those two guys.
Yeah.
Playing the video, discussing what went on there. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I want you to picture a couple of young white scumbags picking on a 67-year-old black man, giving a mess from the moment they get on the bus, finally punching him. Am I rooting for the young white guys in this scenario?
No, I want their asses beat.
Certainly not. I want their ass beat down, their face split open, which, by the way, is the end of the video. Sorry to give it away. 1-866-331-TALK. Let's see. What do we need? Well, this guy. Hey, is it Tom's comment relevant about the A's game, Vince? I don't get it.
He knows the guy?
Well, he something else happened with the guy.
Okay.
That's interesting. Hello, Tom from Woodland. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. It looks like this kid just messed with the wrong crazy white guy, because there's a video also on YouTube called Police Tase A's Fan at Oakland A's game back in August of '09, where this same white guy is getting tased by the cops for being belligerent and using profanities.
The same Santa Claus white guy.
The same Santa Claus white guy. And from the police description, the guy's 6'1" and 280. So this kid was just not using too much sense, if that's the kind of guy he's going.
And it's a solid 280.
Oh, he is. He's a big man.
This guy looks taller than 6'1".
Wow, so young punk
how
tries to victimize old guy, picks crazy guy.
How do you know it's the same guy?
Oh, you just watch it. You can hear his voice and you can see him, and it's somebody.
We
about
cannot confirm or deny.
Okay, Tom, we'll check that out. Thanks, buddy. Bill from San Jose. Hello, Bill. How are you?
Pretty good.
Thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Sure. I think that some of us oldsters got more cojones than most of you youngsters, because I'll guarantee you, I don't care what color a man is, if he comes up, gets in my face, I'll take him out if I have to. And I think this guy did exactly what he had to do. And it's just one of those things. I mean, you come to a point where you have no choice. Now, this guy might have been crazy. I don't know.
Well, he did repeatedly retreat from physical confrontation, though, until he got slugged.
And that's wise, and that's what I would do too. However, if I'm left with no choice, then
he was literally left with no choice. The guy hit him, and you could only assume was going to hit him again if he had just, sat there. What else are you going to do?
Right.
Well, you're not going to do anything. I think what it is that a lot of these young boys, they whether they be white or black or green or yellow or whatever, they look at us guys with gray beards and they think, no fret, we're not worried about it, so we're going to get in your face and we're going to take you down. That's not going to happen on my watch.
Yeah. All right, Bill. Thanks. Appreciate it.
That would be crazy. Crazy exciting.
I got a buddy who was about to get in a big brawl at a casino. I've told the story before, and this guy's early 60s probably, but a tough guy all his life. And these young, drunk toughs wanted to get it on. And my buddy John says to him, I've been hurt before. Doesn't bother me. How about you? With the crazy look in his eyes. And the kids start thinking, OS. Oh, boy.
That's good for big and or tough guys, though. But what if in this case, the 67-year-old is a 110-pound...
He would have been bullied.
Right.
Victimized. Sure.
Right.
Yeah. It's Ralph in El Cerrito. Hello, Ralph. How are you?
Hi, guys. Love you. Been listening to you for years. Listen,
Thank you,
what I want to comment is a different take. The old man representing is cool, but what I'm mad at is AC Transit. They clearly knew that there was a disturbance on the back of the bus.
Right.
After the whole thing happened, the bus driver made no attempt to do anything till it's over, then they kicked the old man off the bus, and that kind of upsets me. If there's a lawsuit to be had, I think AC Transit ought to be sued.
Yeah, I didn't get any sense that the bus driver was going to change his route at all over the fact that a couple of people
get rid of the young black guy.
He didn't pull over. He didn't do anything. But after it's over, you watch the end of the video. Who gets ejected? The old man gets ejected, and he clearly wasn't the aggressor, and that upsets the hell out of me.
All right, Ralph, appreciate it. There's the other guy was bleeding like crazy. Hey, Brian, we have very little time, but we want to hear this. Go ahead.
All right, so the guy's name is Tom Slick, or Vietnam Tom. He's kind of a celebrity in the whole San Francisco, Oakland area. Takes a lot of medication, has something off about him. But just wanted to let you guys know his name.
I wouldn't fight him.
Have you watched? Have you watched the video? It doesn't look like whether he's crazy and takes medication or not. It doesn't look like he did anything wrong.
No, absolutely, he didn't in this situation. But he is known for kind of flying off the handle.
No,
he showed remarkable constraint.
Way to pick on a giant, crazy Vietnam vet, there, dude, and get your face split open.
Well, life's a learning process.
You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show. And also in that video, there's not a single other human being on that bus that comes to either the rescue of the old guy or the kid. Either one. It's just...
Most of them just saw it as entertainment.
Just sit and watch people fight to the death, I guess.
Another day in Rome.
God bless America.